Okay, welcome back. We are back. This is episode number 12, and we would like to try to work with agents in OpenCode for the first time. And there's this Jaime Marino guy who had some agents that I might reuse its skills. And let me search for the URL thing because I'm not sure what the hell it is. So I wrote. Okay, so it's not Jaime. It's not Jaime. I know. It's Albert Merino. Okay, let me see if I find out where the hell GitHub thing it is. Because, yeah. Where the hell is this? A Marino. Oh, look at this. So, let's take a look. What's the hell? GitHub.com, A Marino, and the Codex Notes bot. He looks younger in the photo than that he actually is. So, Codex Notes bot. So this one here. Release please sandbox. So here he has a nice, a nice repo that has some agents, README, front-end, backend. So this is a Nodes app, which is actually a Hello World. So it has a front-end and it has a backend. And he has the agents.md and the .agents skills. And yeah, here's explanation of what the project does and so on. So agents.md. Okay, project purpose, this and that, tech stack, repository structure, global rules, this and that. So what we want to be doing is sort of copy and paste what he did, or maybe adapt it. So here's the skills. So explorer, implementer, reviewer, task generator, coordinator, coordination advanced, business translator. So in each one of these skills, yeah, request is non-technical, request is ambiguous. Functional request, interpret need, open questions. Original request, interpret need, current behavior, design assumptions. So maybe the idea is maybe we don't need any of this. Maybe we could maybe we can bytecode our way with this, but we would need to figure out what we want to be doing in the first place. So let me write this down. So let's check these things. So implementer, reviewer, task generated. So the reviewer reviews the stuff. So follow the global rules in agent.md. Mention review the current implementation for one task and determine whether it's safe and complete. Use this skill when reviewing a complete implementation tag to can accept these ideas. Review this, that's the code input. The reviewer must receive task ID, task block from tasks.md. agents.xskills, and contains the agents skills used by the workflow, backend rules, frontend rules. Why? The explorer skill must not modify code. Worker patterns. Start from a clean work tree and state the branch name in the summary. Keep each worker focused on one still. Validation rules. If backend production code changed, if frontend production code changed. Yeah, I actually need a way of validate a project so that this works out. So I'm not sure how are we going to do this exactly. So let's create. So this is P12, isn't it? So P12. I mean, no, it's project. So I'm going to agents. So this is going to be P8 agents. Let's add directory in here. So yeah, so project P8 agents. So create. Okay, I would like you to implement the smallest program you can think of that can implement a that can that you can think that can implement agents. Think of that can implement agents. That can implement agents. Create. Where the hell is this? Make sure to create agents.md and what's the name? Agents skills. Agents skills. I mean agents. And agents skills and agents. Make sure to create agents and agents. Please discuss it with me before having a plan. Ask me for programming languages and other similar questions. Also, I would need you to provide me which packages you need to be installed in Debian 13 so that the program can be built, validated, and so on. Okay, so let's see how this. Before I create a plan, I have a few questions. Programming language. So let's say that we want to be programming language. Let's go with Python, even if, What agents means to you? What should these agents do? Some options: simple glue loops that takes input, process, output. LLM powered agents that use an API, a rule based automation agent, something else. Simple glue loops, ALM powered agents. Um, yeah, LLM powers that use an API, but not in a specific API, but just but not because it should be powered by OpenCode itself. Okay, so number 3, minimal scope. When you say as small as, do you mean fewest line of code, smallest binary code? Minimal scope means fewest dependencies. Yeah, let's do like that. The validation. Yeah, I mean, whatever its usual. Let's validate the program with whatever it's usually done in Python. I mean, the very least, at the very least, we should check for syntax errors. Number 5, agents.md content. What should this documentation contain? Uses instruction, agent specification, architecture. Well, something that it's common. Whatever uses instruction, agent specification, architecture, agent specifications that are common for the agents. Also, I need to know your touched environment. This will be run locally in Debian Linux 13. Okay, let's write the plan. A few more clarification, powered by the OpenCode itself. OpenCode is the tool I'm running on, not an LLM API. Do you mean a configurable API client that could work with various LLM providers like this and that? A mock okay, so powered by OpenCode itself. What I mean is that I am not going to be providing an API key in the project source code. OpenCode should handle the agents just by looking at the project and reading agents.md. Where's the dot agents content and so on. So I do not expect you to put a placeholder for a specific API key. Okay, what agents means to you? Wait a second. Agents.md context. What agent specifications should be documented? Agent roles definition. Communication protocols between agents. Tool let's say agents, rules, communication. I mean, let's write this down. Yes. Communication protocols between agents. No. They should just they no, the agents should be handled by an orchestrator agent, so they won't have real-time communication for now. They will just use temporary files in order to pass information from one to another. So this one here, and configuration format, yes. What else? It's asking scope check. Should be this a single file or small package? Yeah, this should be let's do like scope check and a small package structure. That way we will be able to have some documentation files which only a documentation focused agent can deal with. Okay, my initial plan draft, this and that, user standard, simple input, basic syntax, evaluation, agents.me with role capabilities config. Okay, let's see what it says. Now I understand better. Let me clarify. Runtime purpose. Should Python code actually do anything? Read agents specs, execute agent, or isn't model structure a placeholder? Yeah, agent execution. You mentioned agents pass via temporary file. Should the Python code handle this, or is it specification? Initial agents. Do you want me to recreate simple actions right now, or just the structure? Yeah, let's reply to all of this because I have to answer this. Should the Python do it? And a structure, it's this thing here. It's a structure placeholder, this and that. Action execution. It should not be handled by Python. It should be handled by OpenCode with an explanation that you should write in agents empty. I have no idea what it's actually used in production production agent based projects, so I am open to ideas. And similar files should write explain. So initial agents, do you want me create? Yes, create example agents, the most usual used ones. Let's see. Got it. Here it is. Where the hell is this? This is a specification framework that defines how agents should be structured for OpenCode to interpret. Let me think through the details. Plan, package structure, this thing, agent specification format, agents, this, that, instruction, agents, agent.yaml, okay, agents.md, this and that, Debian packages, for validation, this and that. Example, agents to create. Question. Okay, more questions. For the file-based communication protocol, should I include file name incubation? Example, should I include this and that? Yes, all of them. Yes, all of them. Okay, so we have again the final plan, this and that, ready to implement. So create a prompt for an LLM so that we can create a prompt for an LLM that explains. So convert everything, generate an appropriate prompt for an LLM. Now it's ready to implement, but generate an appropriate for LLM so that it can generate it in one go. Now hopefully this is good enough. So here's the prompt you can use with an LLM to generate the entire project. Create minimal this and that. Okay. Now look at that. I'm going to fork this session. And I'm going to say, okay, generate an appropriate prompt for an LLM in an inline markdown so that it can generate it in one go. Now this should have an inline markdown instead of doing the same bullshit again. Okay, so I guess that we should just, I wonder if we have reviewer validation. Wait a second. Here we have more stuff. Yeah, not sure which one to use, but we are going to open a new session into this directory and let's try to copy and paste whatever we can from here because this is a bit confusing. Directory structure. Is this going to be useful for anything? Is it going to figure out? Wait a second. Write the directory structure in Markdown so that it's easier to write, to copy and paste. Hopefully this is good enough. Look at that. Here you are. So directory structure, this thing here, and now we should be able to copy this other stuff. Let's copy this thing, and now we have this thing, and now thanks to this prompt, I can, I can generate all of this. Hopefully, we can say build in here, and yeah. Wait a minute, it's Minimax. Yeah, it's Minimax the one I'm using. So now this should create all of this. I'll create this agent specification framework package. Let me start by creating the directory structure and files. Just create directory structure by project, this and that. I need to fix the duplicate class definition. Oh my god. It starts not so well, but yeah, that's what you get with free LLMs, with free models. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah. So now creating the agent specification file, so orchestration explorer coder reviewer. So it's basically the same thing as Albert Marino did. Where the hell is he? Yeah, I think it's Albert Marino did. Yeah, that's right. So now creating the main documentation files, this and that. Look at that. Let me verify everything works. Remove test env package to use it. Commit everything into, so hit init the current directory if that can be done, and commit everything into a single initial commit. Hopefully, I'm not sure you can do hit init. Maybe you can, even if the directory is not done properly. So now we should have, look at that, hit the status, hit log. So we only have one commit, and yeah, we have here all the stuff. So that's very nice. So okay, let's take a look. So there's an SRC, yeah, SRCP08 agents with this thing is init schema validator agents.md. Let's take a look. What the hell is this? Agent specification format. This document defines the specification format for agents in this thing. OpenCode, similar LLMs use this to interpret agents' roles, capability, and communication protocols. Each agent is defined by agent in YAML file with the following structure: required fields, this and that, orchestrator, coder, this and that, and text file. How OpenCode should interpret this? Agent discovery, rule-based. Yeah, use an instruction. Each agent directory contains instructions.me. Huh. That's not the same thing as happened with Albert Marino. So, Albert Marino had an skill.md. So it's like he defined the skills, And here we have instructions.md. Use included validator to check again agent specifications. This and that. Example complete workflow. This and that. So I guess this is needed. Maybe too much, maybe not. What the hell is all of this? So from schema, agent specification, agent capability, agent config roles. No, this is not right. I mean, so here we have the color for the agent. So here's the definition, this and that. And instruction.md, it's going to explain create new files, existing text writing, like that. Create unit tests, output format, this and that, output JSON. Yeah. Let's let's write this thing. Okay. The Python project itself should not be related to agents. So rewrite the Python project so that, what the hell can I bytecode here that it's should not be related to agents. Give me ideas. I would like a simple Python program then that can showcase how agents work, but I don't want and agents work and it's quite simple. However, it should not be as simple as a hello world program. We should also exclude to make a nodes app, nodes taken up, because that's what Albert did. So I want something different. I am open to ideas of what the Python program should do. So now it's going to plan this thing. So look at that. Here are a few ideas that would showcase the agent workflow well. File organizer. Given a directory automatically organized by file type, involves Explorer, which is conf files, caller, organize, reviewer, validate. Python code analyzer. Hit repo cleaner. Okay. Project health reporter. Gather metrics, reviewer, analyze, orchestration, combine. Data format converted. Convert data between formats. CSV, JSON, YAML, JSON. Explorer, find the files. Cloud converts. Reviewer, validate, output. API endpoint tester. No, this is not understanding. File organizing. So this is not okay. This is not about adding an agentic behavior to a program. What I would like to achieve is only This is not about adding an agent to a program. What I'd like to achieve is having a small program that can be but not too but I mean small, but not as small as a small program that allows a small program but big enough that allows a team of agents to develop it, so that when I ask OpenCode to implement a new feature or to fix a bug, it always trigger the orchestrator for breaking the task into the task into subtasks to always validate code before committing changes, always committing with the same style. That's the main idea. So that's the main idea, having simulate development small and small human development company, small human software development company with agents. As this is a demo, the current 4 or 5 defined agents are fine for now. So hopefully it gets the idea, because okay, so now I understand it. You want a small Python project that serves as a real-world sandbox for the agent system to work on, a project where new feature and bug fixes can be developed using the agent workflow. That's right. So let me suggest some options. Click calculator, small low. Operation history variables, easy to extend. Markdown, be aware. Parsing, rendering, navigation, good for features. HTTP server, this and that, quiz game, backup tool, password manager. Weather CLI. The key is having enough depth for features, but simple enough to be manageable. It's a click calculator. We're not going to do click calculator. Yeah, how the hell are we going to do something graphical? Yeah, I mean, if I add this and that, sorry, and variables. A minimal calculator with GUI interrupted. Let's reset. A minimal calculator with GUI that should work in with GUI that should be using PyQt compatible with so the problem is that my host PyQt compatible with Debian New Linux 3. Okay, let's convert. Okay, we will choose a minimal calculator. Then please write a prompt that ask for this um, for the project, for the Python main program to be converted onto that calculator, and that focuses on agentic driven development as discussed above, so that I can copy and paste it into LLM. Okay, prompt to copy. So I want to develop a minimal calculator with Python 3, PyQt6, compatible with Debian, GNU/Linux, Debian 13. Use PH agent static workflow. This is demo show when different action. First, you have to understand the agent specifications. When implemented, use the file communication requirements. PyQt6 basic operations. Start with proper structure. I don't know this is the right way of doing this. Let's see. I want you to develop a minimal calculator application with this thing. I don't want yeah, I don't want this. Ignore for now the agentic workflow. Just rewrite the just remove srcpg altogether and write the calculator from scratch. Just remove as altogether as the first step. Then write the calculator from scratch. Development workflow. We don't want development workflow for now. Basic operation plus. This is very important. We only want to be able to sum two numbers. Window with number buttons on display, clean minimal Debian, following Debian conventions. I mean, start with project structure, by project to ML SRC structure. Okay, let's see what it does. And build. Hopefully doesn't. So now we have this skeleton with some stuff. And now I'll create a Python reference update the project, this thing. So what the hell has it done? Build system project calculator. This and that. Requires Python 3.9. Let me install and test it. I mean, pip. Try this. Okay. So Python. Check in if Python. No. Do not remove agents. Oh my god. Let's start again. It has done so much trouble in here. p08 agents, hit the status, yeah, bin hit checkout, head, like that, hit lock, hit restore head. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do this thing. Hit restore dot, something like that. We restore everything. So there's this calculator.py thing. Let's remove it. So now we are again with the same stuff. So let's go back in here. Ignore for now doesn't mean delete it. Stupid Minimax. Ignore for now the agentic workflow, but keep its definitions because we will use it later. Just remove these agents altogether as the first step, then right, just remove p08 directory. I mean, is it not understanding? Maybe it's trying to understand that this is the one that is removing. Because we will use them later. Requirements, this and that. Now let's see what happens. I'll start by exploring this thing, remove this thing, nice. Verify directory structure, create calculator directory, src calculator, that's the right thing to do. Yeah, now this makes sense. Let me verify PyQt6. I should have installed this thing. Package is available, the calculator is ready. What? Yeah, so I need to install this thing, and hopefully this is going to work in my Debian 13 distro box, which I am not very sure if you ask me, so probably it is in here. Hopefully we don't get any non-updated data in here. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, takes a lot, but yeah. Python 3 minus m. So let's see what's going on. If this calculator dot calculator, is it like that? Python 3, I have forgotten put the Python 3. Calculator dot calculator. Oh, wait a second. I am not in the right place, so this should be p8 agents. Okay, what about right now? Should I go into a src maybe? Calculator, I'm not sure if this is the right way. Where should I run? So from which directory should I run this thing exactly? let's plan, because this should not be running same place. So projects P08 Python path from RSRC. So needs to know, would you like me to package like instead of a subdirectory, so make issue to run. Okay, commit your current changes, then apply your suggested change and commit the change to. Okay, let's build. Because I think we are in the right path, so let's commit the stuff. Move calculator.py directly under RSRC, this and that stage, commit. Now you can run it like this. Okay, is it going to work? I have no idea. So Python src calculator. Now module name Pike. Wait a minute. I need to run this thing from DistroBox. Sorry about that. So it should be something like that. So we have the src thing, and now we can run calculator. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. This is a wait. Okay, so 1 plus 2 equals 3. That's interesting that when 1 plus 5 equals 6. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's not. So now we have something that we can work with. So we can like screenshot this thing, or maybe not. There's no need to do this. But now we have minimal. Yeah, so 3 comments. We have the minimal calculator thing. So let's now we're going to try to, let's close this thing for now. We will test this later on. And now I want to start a new session, and I want to say something like add button to the calculator. So now I have a new conversation. It's built, and I ask the add minus commit to the calculator and commit it. So the question is this going to be using .agents and so on or not? What I am missing in order to be using the agents? Because this is just doing whatever I ask. This is working traditionally. So this is not, I mean, it's doing a lot of stuff, or just adding minus, commit, verify. Or maybe I'm missing the, I wonder if I'm missing somehow, like, you know, the row messages. The question is, have I context? Okay, so so this project is driven by agentic development thanks to agents.env. However, OpenCode is kind of ignoring the agentic instructions. Is there anything that I need to turn on in OpenCode so that it applies agentic calling? Maybe some special prompting that triggers it. Let me first examine your project to understand the agent setup and then search for how OpenCode should handle agentic calling. Explore this except web search. Okay, based on my research, OpenCode doesn't automatically recognize custom agent frameworks defined in agents.md. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's what we are going to write down. So apparently, you know, OpenCode ignores agents.env. So if we have a project that uses agents, apparently you have to put them in .opencode agents. This that example, this thing, quick add default, this thing to make your the primary agent. Okay, how's the project going on regarding? So let's create a new conversation, which is going to be migrate the agentic calling setup from this project to an agentic calling setup compatible with OpenCode, which is OpenCode agents, and this is like that. Can then set up, so this is agents.md, and the other file, which is agents.agents. I mean, I don't know. From this project, the agentic setup from this project, and migrate, and then commit your changes. By the way, I haven't checked this out, but yeah, do we have the minus button? No. Add subtraction. Yes, we have the subtraction button, but I didn't want. I mean, we can work this out later on to see how this goes. Now I'll create a new OpenCode compatible directory structure and migrate files. This and that. Then I'll write this and that. Let me check this. Migrate the agentic calling setup from agents to this and that. And let's take a look. So now we still have .agents, and we still have agents.md. Why is that? Agent, let me ask this quantities project. Let me ask this. should we keep should we remove agents.md and .agents.md so that we don't have duplicate definitions? Oh, so let's discuss with this thing. Yes, it makes sense to remove them. The not OpenCode agents is now the canonical OpenCode compatible setup, so the originals are redundant. Removing them avoids confusion about which definitions to use. However, I can make changes while applying mouse. You need to run this. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is to fork from here. So now we have this migrated agentic calling. So I'm going to start from here. So let's create a new branch, which is going to be a agentic one. I don't know. And now we don't have the thing regarding agentic. So now I can right in here migrate the forking agents, this and that. Let's fork this thing. So migrate the agents from this project to an agentic calling. Write an open code compatible definition in OpenCode agents that steers, I'm not sure if this is the right way, that steers OpenCode onto reading both so that I can use the project for both Codex projects and for both Codex CLI and OpenCode CLI. Then commit your same changes. Write an OpenCode. Write OpenCode agents suitable for OpenCode that steers in that. Let's see what happens here. I'll check the current project structure first. Let's see. Explore into reads, 3 searches. Look at that. YAML and instructions. Now I'll check the current state for the commit. This and that. Created this thing. Guides OpenCode to read both sources. So let's take a look at what it has done. So OpenCode agents. So we have agent.yaml. So orchestrator, descriptions, this and that, config, this and that, docs path, agents path. Oh, look at that. And then it uses agents.md and instructions, key files to read, this and that, workflow, this and that. Okay, so we should be good to go. I'm not sure at all, but the thing is now we have this thing. So now we have this OpenCode CLI compatibility thing with OpenCode and so on. So now we should be able to try this thing. So let's create a new session, and now we can. So if we take a look at what the calculator does right now, let me see. Calculator, where are you? So if we run the calculator, we can wait a minute. where's the minus? I thought we had done a minus stuff, but I don't see the minus. So in theory, we have a minus button somewhere at subtraction button. This has not worked at all. I think buttons, this and that. 4, 5, 6 minus. What? It's going on in here. Why? Is there a button in here? Okay, anyway, now we have set up the agentic behavior in OpenCode, which is really nice, and we have said, okay, forget about this and use this in order, use agents.nd and so on. So let's see if it works. So we're going to say this calculator has both a plus button and a minus button. The minus button is not being shown in the first place. Please fix it and commit changes. And if this has been done properly, this should, like, you know, take a look at found the bug in the button replacement, edit calculator, hit the status. Should we enable agentic behavior somehow, somewhere in the configuration? How to set permissions? Terminal shell. Show resonance, expand self tools. Expand edit tool paths. Shows session progress bar. Models. Yeah. Providers. Okay. This is not working. Found a bug. In the button replacement logic, there's no handler. Okay. Anyways, we're going to check for the thing. Maybe there's this thing. Enable workspaces. What I'm going to do is to exit and enter again to see if it reads anything. But before doing that, let's test the calculator. Okay, so 3 minus 2 equals 1. Okay, this works. And let's close this thing. Let's wait a bit and let's open it again. Hopefully, I mean, maybe there's a way to reload in a project, but for now, I do not know it. So fix calculator button order. So add a multiply button to the calculator. Commit your changes. Thinking, exploring, one search, one read. I mean, do we have the OpenCode thing, or have I somehow managed to OpenCode agents? Yeah, it's in here. This is ignoring us. This is ignoring us because otherwise I should be seeing, unless somehow, I mean, the orchestrator should say Let's search this thing, because otherwise, how to enable agents in OpenCode? How the hell do you do that? Because otherwise, agents in OpenCode are enabled by default feature in building build access and plan restriction primary agents. You can switch between them using the tab key or a configure key bit. To still specify agents you mention. Oh, tab. Okay, so that's how you do it. So let's forget about this multiply button. Let's assume, where the hell is this? So let's assume let's check this one here. So check out. So reset hot head one, isn't it? So reset hot hit number one, and this it's going to, we no longer have the multiply button. So if I open this thing, you will see how the multiply button is not here. Okay, nice. So now we ask orchestrator. It's not, what's the actual name for this thing? Explore general instructions. Don't I have an orchestrator agent? What are the agents that they have? Orchestrator. And the one from here is orchestrator, isn't it? Orchestrator. It's the role. Isn't it the name? The name is P08 agents. Let me double check, because I'm very confused. P08 doesn't autocomplete anything. Orchestrator. Add a multiply button to the calculator. Build. Let's see. So this should, oh, look at that. Let me read the level of funds to understand the, read this and that. I'll add the multiply button directly. This is a simple modification to the calculator. But who are you? So this is a build, isn't it? Now I need to add the multiply operator handling. Now add it. Verify calculator syntax. No output. I hate this. I hate all of this. No. Do I have commit the thing? No, I don't. So wait, this is not the directory. So so let's restore this thing so that we don't have a anything, and let's fork this thing. So add a multiply operator, then commit it. Use the agentic system. Use the agentic system. Hopefully that's good enough. Maybe my tasks are not complex enough. I'll use the agentic system to add multiply button. Let me start by dispatching to the Explorer and understand the code base. Write orchestrator explorer. Now I'll dispatch the coder to implement the multiply function. Now I'll implement the multiply button in the calculator. Now I need to update the grid layout logic to handle new row with this, and that. Exploring. Let me fix the full layout to avoid overlap issues. Bright orchestration scripted task.j. Okay, look at that. It's creating a task. Add a multiply button to this and that. Yeah, the thing is that I'm not seeing the agents, so I'm not sure if it's consequence of. I mean, I should be seeing. So if it take a look at here, the context or whatever, I should be seeing like instead of assistant, it should say the you know the agent thing. Done. I've used the agentic system to add a multiply calculator. Explore and analyze the calculator code base. Coder implemented this thing. Reviewer or script writer changes committed to. Let's try the agents. We need OpenCode and agents. So how to invoke an agent. So at agent name do something. Yeah. Yeah, let's try the calculator and see how this goes. This box. So now we have the multiply. Okay, we have like 2 times 5 equals 10. Yeah. Okay. The problem that I have is that this is not using the different agents. Is this a UI problem that because it says to explore, analyze the coder base and so on, but I'll now dispatch the coder. Let me agents this and that. Let me inspect this thing. Didn't we have the inspect thing? Inspect thing might not be in OpenCode in production mode. That's why I cannot see this thing from here. That's interesting. Yeah. Toggle full screen. So if I click F12, doesn't show anything. Huh. Orchestrator. Let's try again. So add divide button to the calculator, then commit it. So this says this is simple to do. I'm not going to use whatever. And it failed. Yeah, it's ignoring all the agentic stuff. how come asking in OpenCode for orchestrator in this project does not fire up an agent name orchestrator to deal with development? So this is what I want to be asking in a new session. Let me explore the project to understand how the agent system is set up and why the architecture might not be getting bogged. Yeah. The problem, you have two different agent configuration, this and that. OpenCode, the OpenCode defines the agent with. So when you type orchestrator, OpenCode doesn't find an agent name orchestrator, nobody knows an agent P08 agent. Syntax name would match it. Yeah. But why isn't it auto-completing? Okay. Okay. Let's go back to, let's open a new conversation, and in our case it's like P08 agents. It's like that. So let's go back to the where the hell is this? Let's go back to the code in here. So before adding the multiply button, so let's check out this thing and agentic 2. So now we don't have the multiply button thing, and hopefully, wait a second, what has happened here? We have, yeah, let's check out, let's reset mean. I don't want any of this to confuse whatever. And this is the program being run or something. Let's close this thing. So right now we have this thing. We don't have the multiply stuff, so I can go back to this thing. So add multiply. Let's fork this thing, and now I can say, what's the name? P explore general instructions. So P08 agents, P08 agents. Add the buy button, this and that. Is that the thing, the name for the agent? Don't remember. P08 agents. Okay, so the agent is named P08 agents, and hopefully, yeah, add the multiply button to the calculator. I explore the code base to find the calculator implementation and understand how to add the multiply button. Damn it, I'm doing this thing as yeah, let's ignore everything. Let's build this thing. Oh, look at that, instructions. This is new. So it's like instructions. So it's kind of detecting instructions. What is instructions? Is it something related to this agent thing? Let me just check if there's anything in here like instructions. It's not. I mean, the only one that is in here is instructions.md. So agents instruction.md. So I'm not sure, maybe this is not well migrated to here, and instructions, it's like an agent in the, this is not working as expected. I don't think has been written properly. So if you take a look at this, there's this thing. So what about writing in here instructions? Yeah, instructions is general instructions. Yeah, I don't think this is working as expected. So let me go into agents. Let me copy this thing like instructions to, and yeah. So do we have, if I open a new session, do we have instructions to something like that? Let's close this thing and open it again and see what happens. New session, instructions to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's weird. So, instructions.md. This project tries to drive an agentic driven development. So it tried to fuse a traditional Codex based agentic definition. By the way, I'm not having music, background music. Fuse it and an OpenCode base one. Given what I see in the OpenCode UI, this is not well designed. Apparently, each one of the MD files in OpenCode agents define a different agent. So let's search OpenCode agents and build this and that. OpenCode JSON. Please read so that you know better how to handle this. Web fetch. Now I understand OpenCode agents. So this is, now I know compute from matrix. Let me check what's currently in your this and that. The issue is clear. OpenCode agents should be defined as Markdown files with YAML formatted in OpenCode agents. Your current setup has agent and the warm format, this and that. Let understand the sign flow. Your setup confuses two things. Your custom framework agents with agent AL introduced with OpenCode agents work directly. Primary agents built by main system switched with tab. Sub agents invoked with mention. Wait a minute. Yeah. OpenCode handles the agent orchestration natively. Your current OpenCode agent structure is just documentation, not a valid agent definition. Now I see the field. Compare this thing. Separate files. Yes, but they should be written in such a way that they can reuse whatever is defined in agents.md and dot agents. What's the name here? And dot agents. We should have as less definition, as less definitions. We should have as less definitions. Duplicate definition as possible. I mean, good approach. I'll create the OpenCode agent files and then reference your existing framework definition instead of duplicating them. Hopefully that's good enough. This and that. For OpenCode agents and files, this and that. Each agent files reference agents for the specification, and this and that. No duplication. The YAML. Commit your changes. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this goes because I'm not sure if we have the multiply button. So we have the multiply button, and then we have to convert the right definitions in here. So let's try the calculator. So I'm going to say now explore. Yeah, this has not have. How the hell do you reload a project? Edit, save. Let's close this thing. There should be a better way of doing this, and let's open it again. Okay. Orchestrator. Now this makes more sense. Plan. Yeah, so I guess that orchestrator is the one we want to have here. Orchestrator. I mean, wait a moment. So, new session. Orchestrator. Remove multiply and minus button. Let's see. Okay, look at that. Agent Explorer. If I click here, okay, look at that. So apparently, why? That's interesting. So we have like, so once you are in here, it collapses whatever you had in here. So look at that. Search the code base for files container calculator for button related code. Look for UI components that might have multiply and minus buttons. Find files that define or render these buttons. Return the file path and relevant code sections. So this is the exploration back to main session. Subagent sessions cannot be prompt. Okay, so once you have an agent, it does its thing. And what's the agent name? Explorer. Okay. Look at that. Great. Wait, let me try again. So it finds this and that and that. Multiply minus. Apply Debian style. Yeah, because it's now I read the calculator file and remove the multiply and minus buttons. This and that. Calculator now supports this thing. Addition equals. Commit your changes. The thing is that it's not. The thing is, so now we have seen how you've got the Explorer thing, but it hasn't invoked the other ones, which is Coder and yeah, sub agents. Implement features and write code. Read and so yeah, so more to investigate. Now orchestrator is able to invoke Explorer, but it does not invoke Coder. Why? Do we have to improve the definitions? Should we maybe move to an OpenCode only setup? Yeah. I mean, actually, I think there was a video from Alberta, although I'm not sure about that. And so it's something like Alberta agents. Is it this, or have I seen another video from her? I mean, from another YouTuber. So it's agents directories. So agents directory definition depending on OpenCode, cursor, what's the Codex, Gemini. Maybe Gemini is going to reply instead of having a nice article. Agents.md from Anthropic. They have. Wait, is there an MD thing? Correct directories terminal native AI coding agents and the hardness. Yeah, so this is the one from OpenAI, I think. No, I don't know. Anyways, I was on click coding agents. What did this? OpenClaw harness. Low code, terminal, native coding agents. Look at that, we have a lot of them. Low code, open code, Hermes agent. Yeah, this one I want to check what the hell it does. Open hands, open interpreted. Open source developer environment, formerly Open Debian with CLI and web entry points. CLI only package. Aider. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw a video where you could see all of these harnesses and their agent directory definition path. Where is it? You know, look at that. .Gemini agents MD OpenCode. Yeah, maybe in here we can see it. Cloud code isn't that. Oh, we cannot. We need an account to read this thing. Definition format. Okay, here it is. This is more or less what I wanted to say. So, Cloud Code, you've got Cloud Skills, Codex, Code Skill, Gemini Skills, and OpenCode. It's a bit like this. Yeah, so there's also .agents skills. Okay, OpenCode accept .agents skills as compatibility alias. I don't think so, but maybe it's something from the OpenCode desktop thing. Yeah, should we maybe move to OpenCode only setup? Regarding agentic definition, agent definitions. Okay, so this is where this is what yeah. I wonder if I should push this somewhere. It's not worth it. Yeah. So let's end the what the hell is this? Let's end the stream for now. And yeah, I know. Yeah, so now we have this. Where the hell is this? Maybe if we remove lines of codes we need to code. So right now the calculator doesn't have multiply or divide button. Yeah. Okay. What I was saying. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.